How's everyone doing? How is everybody doing? Man, I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and waited for an NQ trade. Not NQ, for a for GC to set up for me, and it did. The only part was I'll go over it here in a second. The only part was it didn't go to target. What the hell's wrong with my computer? Give me just a second. What the hell's wrong with my computer? Jesus. What the hell is wrong with my damn computer? Why is it so freaking slow? Sorry. All right. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I'll show you the trade I took in gold this morning. Shebang. I'm done. Shebang, I'm done. I'll show you the trade I took in gold. No, hold on a second here. Shebang. Why is my my computer's just. Anyways. Oh crap. So here's the opening range box in gold, okay? And it came down and out of the box here and then down and then here and then down and then here and then down. And I kept waiting for it to go back inside the box so I could cross the box. You know how I've talked about that. You know, if I can get price from one side or the other to go back inside the box, I'll take it for a cross from one end to the other. So, I'm sitting here and I pretty much started to lose interest in waiting for this. And then all of a sudden, it happened. It blew through the two pivots to my left. There's the trade right there. So I thought I'd show it. Here's the two pivots. It broke the pivots, came back, sat on top of that box, and I went bam, right back up to there. Now I had my target, so let me explain to you. I ended up right here, 850 or 860. It's a kind of small box, kind of a smaller box than we've had lately. What I was waiting for, I had my target up here at the top of the box, but the Donchian Channel had come and settled right there. Okay, see this pivot right here? That's where the Donchian Channel had settled by the time this came. And I said to myself, if this doesn't blow right through and hit my target, it may reverse once it just tips through this pivot to my left. And so I threw my stop up here. As soon as it pushed that Donchian Channel up, I put my stop in here. Good thing I did, because look at that. Holy crap. Because I was up like 950, something like that. And if it had hit my target, it would have been a little over $1,000. But anyways, so I changed the screenshot to the video to that actual trade. But that's the trade I hit 2 times last week for huge amounts of money, because it didn't go straight like that. It gave me opportunities to add in, and the boxes were bigger. last week than this box here. But it went and ticked that box. It went and ticked this this pivot right here and rotated all the way back through the other side. Now that I did not foresee. I had no idea what the hell was going on. What the hell was going on there? All right, so I'm going to get ready to start looking at other things. One more thing. Oh shit! Here, hold on here. I got my account blowing up over here. I don't want to do that. All right, so one more thing I want to show you guys. Here, I'll show you on this because it's not linked to any account right here. Okay. I don't even know if it'll turn on. Probably not. Anyways, this is a new trade entry instrument that somebody sent me to try. Okay. And so I loaded it this morning. I read the instructions on how it works and things like that. Here's the benefit to it. Let me see if it turns on. No, it won't turn on because I don't have my account tied to it. All right, hold on here. So here it is turned on. I'll go over this after we get going and trading. How about that? It's just something I'm trying this morning. I did take this trade right here with this tool. It's like Trade Saver, but probably better than Trade Saver. As a matter of fact, I'm for what I do in trading, this will probably be a lot better than Trade Saver. Trade Saver is very dynamic. It allows you to control. It'll create targets and stops and all that kind of stuff based off of pivots and risk reward and things like that, and just does a lot more of that kind of stuff than I need. What I need is to be able to get in at a specific spot and then manage my trade from there. This is not a strategy. It's an indicator. So when I shut my system down, it's still there. It's not like I don't have to reload, like I do with Sabre. I don't have to go and relink it to my account and all that kind of bullshit. Instead, when I pull up my account, like right here, it'll trade right off my ATM. So it reads my ATM, and then so let's just do this for now. So let me just show you. God damn it. This is load sell, this is load buy. And it gives me, if I want to be two ticks away, 3 ticks away, 4 ticks away, I can change all that. And then let's just say I'm looking to sell at the bottom of this candle. I just hit load sell, and it automatically puts the order on there. Not an actual reader, which Trade Saver has a reader there so that when price hits that area, then it throws the order on. Well, what that has a tendency to do, and then I can cancel like that. What that has a tendency to do is increase the probability that our trade's going to get skipped, because by the time it tells Ninja to throw the order out there, there's been a delay. Whereas this puts the order immediately out there. I don't want to push the button. I don't want to push the button and put myself in another gold trade that I don't necessarily want to be in, even though this is a 1 minute gold line right here. Actually, but so anyways, and like I said, you can adjust on the fly how many ticks you want to be from the candle to your left. Like if you want to be 1 tick above it, or 2 ticks above it, or 3 ticks above it, and it follows the candles. Since I don't have it, so like when this candle closed, like when I had it down here, when this candle closed, it would have automatically thrown the order up to here. And if this candle closes, it would just go underneath this candle. I mean, it just follows. So it's coded to follow the candles, but it has a live order sitting there. So I'm going to practice with it for a while, kind of get used to it And I did do a live trade with it today, right here. Right here. The break here and up to there. And then bam, there's my $850 or $860. $860. Well, I guess $870 since I had to pay commissions. Anyways, you get the idea. You get the idea. All right. Let me get my bearings straight. I'm going to mention something in here for those of you that are prop firm trading. If you go back and you watch our live streams last week, you should have been able to identify when I was like, okay, hold on. Everything's here. This is what we want. This is a trade. This is what you do. And y'all should have been moving way up the scale of passing your prop firm stuff just from last week, if you were patient enough to not just take every willy-nilly thing that rotated in front of you. But if you actually waited, one of the things I get a lot of emails on is, Bob, give me some advice on how to, what I should do. I'm failing and I'm failing. And I'm like, I cannot stress enough. If your confidence is weak and you need to build that confidence up, then the number one thing to do is let the market settle. Let the market do its bullshit that it does in the morning. Let it then tell you what it's going to do for the rest of the day, and then wait. Be that freaking sniper. Be the one. Look, you guys remember what happened. If you go back and you look, I think it was Friday, we sat here and waited. And all of a sudden the ES and the NQ had huge pullbacks that I was talking about prior to them even happening. And then they happened. And then the rotation in ES was 30 points in a straight line. 30 points. 30 points. There's ES traders out there that would never think that we could sit on this YouTube thing and call out a 30-point ES trade. 30 points. And it went straight line right back to our pivot that rotated us down. 30 points. So if you lack confidence and you lack, the ability to say take a loss and get yourself out of it, which is where I feel I'm at, so I can be a little more aggressive than you guys, than a lot of you guys, not all of you. But then you need to wait for those moments where it is so obvious that the sharks are in the tank. The sharks are taking us from here to here. They're making the longs bleed. They're bleeding them. They're gutting them right there in the ocean. And then all of a sudden, they hit major support and they turn it around. And if you sit and you look at these charts, it happens every freaking day. Something to that effect. That is so clear, you'd have to be blind not to recognize what's going on. Give me a second. Come on. Yeah. That 9 AM and GC, Jim, is making you earn your money. Holy crap. It's working, finally. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my eyes on these equities, start trying to find something. Got to remember, it's early, man. It's only 9:53. It's only 9:53. If you think about it, I sat here all morning and waited for this. Bam, bam. Sat here all morning and waited for this. That's what I'm saying. You just got to wait. You can jump in and be willy-nilly and, oh, hey. But if you're struggling with confidence, if you take losses and can't work your way out of those losses because you haven't built up, the understanding of how the pivots really work and things like that. If you're in that situation, then you need to be more selective, and you need to wait until the sun, the moon, and the stars line up. Boom, boom. I mean, last week, there was easily a half a dozen trades minimum that did exactly that, either in the RTY together or the ES and NQ together, and you could have gone zing, zing, and then been done, and probably made conservatively $2,000 to $4,000. And then, and what would your mindset be right now if you had done that versus, oh, here, that looks like a trade, push a button. Oh, here, that looks like a trade too, push a button. If you want to push buttons, buy yourself a PlayStation. I know, Jim, finally. Buy yourself a PlayStation and push buttons. Because this is a hell of a lot more expensive than a PlayStation. Had no follow-through either, Jim. Look at that. No follow-through. Didn't even go to the PriorDay low. That's pretty sad. I mean, it's probably ultimately going to go there, but damn. I am looking at the NQ. I am looking at the ES. I am looking at the RTY. I am looking at the YM. I'm looking at them all right? But right now, the NQ is stuck. Well, let me get rid of that box there. Hold on here. I was watching American Patriot. I was watching oil this morning to keep me from getting bored waiting for GC to set up. I was watching oil. Let's see here. So in the process, I created its opening range box, which I got screwed up sitting in NQ right now. Sorry. So see, NQ is just, it's not committing. Nobody's committing yet. Nobody's committing to what they're going to do. I mean, we got to wait till somebody commits to what they're going to do. God dang it. I'm struggling today to move my charts and stuff. The hell's the problem? I think my battery in my mouse is dying, because I've been having problems the last couple of days with my mouse. I think my battery is dying. I hope it's my battery and not my mouse. I've got a wireless mouse. I have other mouses that I can hook up if I have to, but I got a wireless one here, and it's been acting a little squirrely the last couple of days. Yeah, oil's been moving. Man, let me show you guys what the hell, while we're sitting here picking our nose. Let me show you guys something. Holy crap, man. Bob, do these trades work? I don't know. Does anybody see a W here to the overnight open? That trade right there to there was $3,000 back to the red line in oil per contract. Do these trades work on other instruments too, Bob? I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. You tell me. $3,000. That rotation in oil on a W pattern. I mean, oil has just been, God, Jim, I probably would have gotten tanked on that freaking trade because I probably would have been looking for my target to be down at the prior day low. I mean, it should have been a magnet for it to go there. Jesus. Let me get rid of this. God dang it. I keep. All right, so what time is it? It's 10 o'clock. All right. Give me a second. This freaking cat's going to drive me crazy. All right. Morning, David. Morning. All right, so I mean, come on. Sloppy. It's all right. It'll wake up. Just got to believe. Guys, go back and look at the gold trade I took. Okay? Look how from the moment I got in, it went all the way to my target. Missed my target by probably, 5 ticks or so. But look at that trade and say to yourself, God damn, how patient did he have to be to wait for that? Very patient. Very patient. Borderline falling asleep. But then once it happened, boom, $870. Shit. With one contract on a small box. If that was last week, that trade, that same rotation, that trade would have been, if that was last week, that trade would have been $1,500 to $2,000 easy. Because the box was bigger. A lot bigger. So crossing the box, I would have made a lot more money. But, I can only trade what the charts give me. You know what I mean? I can't make the market make me money. God, I cannot stress that enough. I can't make the market make me money. Oh, really, Ryan? I don't. Shit, I don't have the box on there. Just for conversational purposes, let me throw the damn box on there. Sorry about that. It probably is. From based on what I'm seeing, it probably is. Based on me looking at this chart right now, I'll bet you that is the exact same trade. I bet you that is the exact same trade. Isn't that ridiculous? A lot sloppier. A lot sloppier. No, yeah, I can't. I can't trade that. That's a lot sloppier. A lot sloppier. That's not pretty. See, it came out of the box, went back in, it came back out of the box. I mean, it's just that's real sloppy. I need something cleaner than that. But the intent is most likely to go to the other side. I do agree with that, but I can't see an entry in. Well, we may get it. If it pulls back to here, that might be an entry. That's true. Because it did break all those pivots to the left. Yeah, I could see that maybe. I have a tendency not to use the opening range box in equities just because they don't independently flow themselves, meaning the instruments. Whereas gold tends to independently flow itself. Oil tends to independently flow itself. And now we got something going on because the candles are all blowing up. Something might have happened in the news. Who the hell knows? Yeah, ES isn't agreeing either. Yeah. Hey, that 5-minute red line, Jim, that helped. That hurt. I mean, that held after that crossover. That's interesting. Of course, I mean, I think something happened that caused these candles to get big. Somebody must have been spouting something. I don't know. They all got kind of big. They all got kind of big. If you guys can't tell, I'm extremely excited about my. If you guys can't tell, I'm extremely excited about my my open range box trading for the last week in gold. I mean, it's just been like, wow. I've had a couple times I've gotten punched in the face. I think it was like Wednesday of last week or so. Why is my printer talking to me? I think it was Wednesday of last week. I was down $1,200 before I caught the rotation the right way, and then it allowed me to add 2 more contracts. I mean, it was a beast. Did you get the red line? I mean, the gold line, the 5-minute gold line, Jim? Sorry, Jesus. I'm stuttering. Did you get the 5-minute gold line? I'm telling you, that 5-minute gold line in gold is if you can stomach, like Jim, if you can stomach, being in a trade where you got, There you go. If you can stomach being in a trade where you might lose $700-800, those, again, because it's a 5-minute candle and you are trading a 5-minute, with a 1-minute candle, and gold has some very chunky candles. But if you can stomach that swing, which that alone is like $600-700 right there. If you can stomach that swing, the wins are huge. I mean, that's $1,000 right there, just to there. That's $1,000 from there to there. And then it should rotate further down to here. So that would be $2,000. From there to there would be $2,000. I'm still watching. The equities are just kind of, again, they're not going anywhere yet. So we just got to wait. That's where it should go, Ryan. That's where it should go. It should go down here. That's where it should go. Excuse me. Ugh. Come on, come on. It's almost like the equities are waiting for something to happen. But yeah, this rotation, bang, now it's broken that pivot. It should go to there. It should go down there. Yeah, there you go. That's what I thought, Jim. There you go. Come on. So now your stop should be here, minimum. If you're in that trade from that rotation, you're in that trade. Your stop should be here, and your target is right down here. And then bam, there you go. Now you're a rich man. Now you're a rich man. That's it. Go surfing, Jim. You're done. Go surfing. You're done. Yeah. Donchian Channel low, 5-minute gold line, rejection, rotation, back to the prior day low. Now that trade works very well in gold. I don't take that trade necessarily in the equities. I got to have a better setup than that. I prefer the 1-minute gold line in the equities and the 5-minute red line in the equities. I don't prefer the 5-minute gold line in the equities. Again, they depend on too many other things. Of course, now the trade is long. Nice trade, Ryan. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, Jim, it is dark. Yeah. So you go out there right now, you'd be feeding the sharks. Go out there right now, you'd be feeding the sharks. Look at that. Man, I didn't. I'm just happy with my Monday start. This is a beautiful setup right here. Yeah. So why is this a beautiful setup? And I didn't take it. Well, we had an inside candle right here off the prior day low. Okay. We haven't been here since Jesus wore sandals. So yesterday. Then you get an inside candle that they go down below the candle and then back out the other side. I mean, man, what a beautiful setup. This thing's likely to roll all the way back up to here. Well, yes, Harold. Absolutely. The only yes, absolutely, Harold. To answer your question, yes. Yeah, absolutely. Because that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a correlation that one should go short and the other one should go short together. They don't have to be the same line at all. As a matter of fact, the one that we called out in the room Friday, that was the ES and the NQ. The ES was off the 5-minute red line. The NQ was off of the prior day high at the same time. And both of them had huge pullbacks. All candle to candle, same. And I kept saying in the live stream, the sharks are seeking support. The sharks are seeking support. Let's wait till they agree that they found support together. And it just happened to be that the ES, after 15 plus minutes of pullbacks in straight line, hit the 5-minute red line. And the NQ hit the, I think the prior day high, and then they rotated and woof, they were gone. I mean, it was like a SpaceX rocket. And for the ES to look like a SpaceX rocket, man, kind of like the ES looking like a SpaceX failure, right there. Kind of the same concept, man. I mean, just huge rotation. Just huge rotation. And violent. And there were quite a few people in here that got 10. I think some got 20 points. It went for the whole, it did just like this one did right here, by the way. It went from when the break happened, it went from the break back to the Donchian Channel. And that's exactly what it did Friday. That's exactly what it did Friday when they agreed with each other. And then it, poof, after a pullback. It was just a lot. The one on Friday was a lot cleaner than that one. That one right there is kind of ugly because the pullback was real sloppy. But if you remember Friday, I don't know if you were here, Harold, but the market just kept trending long. And I kept telling everybody, don't chase it. Don't do stupid shit. Wait for the sharks to deliberately grab the top and move it back down. And that's exactly what they did at, like, I don't know, 10:20, 10:30, something. I can't remember the time. And I mean, it was so beautiful. And when you start seeing those things, you start laughing when you trade. You start laughing. I mean, literally, you start laughing because you think it's funny. Because you know all these people that were following that trend are now trapped, and it's funny, and it is funny because they're trapped, and then they're all getting their stops cleaned out, And then when it rotates and it goes back, you're laughing again because all the people that got out are now looking at the price go back up through where the hell they were, where their profit targets would have been. So you start laughing. I think it's funny. I think it's funny because I used to be the guy that they were taking the money from. He puts them behind pivots, JP. Like I said earlier, he's trading. So like on this short, he's protecting this candle when he enters. This candle. And until the rotation comes and it rotates again, his stop stays there. Then it goes here. He doesn't mind if he takes a big loss. I mean, he doesn't want a big loss, but he doesn't mind that because his whole intent is to have confidence that because we went from the Donchian to the gold line and the market is down and it's the first attempt, that they're going to bring it to the low. And that's exactly what they did. And then they rotated it. I don't know if he took the long here, but the same situation here, because here's the problem with the long. So you take that long, you're in. Well, the sharks know you're in. The sharks know you got in somewhere around here. So what did they do? They came and cleaned out the stops. Then they rolled it up. So, sometimes they V-shape it and it runs away without you. But if you do catch this, you got to be cognizant that they're likely to come back and clean out your stops and then run up. And so Jim will protect himself with a pivot, following the pivots. So his stop will go from here. And then once this pivoted, his stop will go here. And if this thing pivots up, his stop will go here. And then he's looking for targets above that are known resistance areas. That's just, but you gotta be, it's very, in gold specifically, even if you can trade in prop firms, it's very hard to trade that way because this trade right here from here to here is an $800 loss if that pivot doesn't hold. Is that making sense? And it's hard to do that in a prop firm. But it's not hard to do that when you got 180 beans, 180,000 beans in your favor for the year. Right, Jim? It's not hard to do that when you have 180,000 beans in your favor. Or three or more. So $2,400. If you got 3 contracts on that trade, that's a $2,400 loss potential. But because this is a rotation from the prior day low, man, your target could conceivably be as high as here if you follow the pivots. And so 74 to 99 is 25. So it's $2,500 a contract. That's right, Bruce. All right, so maybe let's get looking here. Maybe our equities are going to finally start doing something. Holy kachiki. Holy kachiki. All right. So this is kind of what we've been hoping for. It's kind of what we've been hoping for. Everybody loved that trade. Look at that. Look at the patience that Bob had. Look at the patience I had for that. Oh my God. I'm so proud of myself. Even when this thing blew up, I didn't chase it, did nothing. Then when it came back, I'm like, that's okay. And then they created this inside candle, and then they came down, and then boom. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. Patience. Even when you know what they're doing, you still got to be patient, because they're probably going to pull back and steal more money before they go do what they say they're going to do. That's the hardest part. When the market starts doing what you think it's going to do, the hardest part is waiting for them to not cause you to suck yourself in. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. What's that noise? All right. There we go. All right, so we broke. We're coming from a high here to the 1 minute gold line. I don't even have my freaking strategy on. Shit. All right, let me hold on here. Maybe I'll take it manual. I can't do that. I got the wrong instrument. I hate that. Got a little problem here. See this? Got a little problem with a long, because this. Come on. I was when this was doing this right here, I was thinking that RTY was going to go through that red line, but it didn't. It rejected it. So that's why we're stuck here. And the YM still hasn't even gotten to its red line. Notice this: the YM has not hit its red line yet. Jesus. And it's below yesterday's low, or Monday's low of the day. Not good. Or Friday's low of the day. God dang it. Sorry. Today is Monday. Yes, I agree, Bruce. Totally agree with you. I would not have been very interested in that because of that. I mean, they're struggling because it looks like the ES and the Nasdaq. It looks like they want to go long, but the RTY and the YM are not cooperating with that concept, especially especially the Dow, especially the Dow. I mean, it is certainly not cooperating. It's all right. We just got to be patient. Oh, Matt, the answer to that is yes. The answer to the question is, hold on. Give me a second here. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but I have a generalization because I know what I did last month in January. It's north of 60. Now, keep in mind, I had a day in January. My memory doesn't hold me well, but somebody may remember in here. But I had a day in January that was either 9,400 or 9,800. I had one day in January. I mean, maybe that's the problem, Charles. Maybe that's the problem, Charles. That could be the problem, Charles. I don't know. Let me see what my news thing says. I don't see, mine didn't have anything showing up, but there are more detailed economics reports than the one I use. There's one that currency traders use very often. That's a lot more detailed than mine. I try to use the one I use. It really is tailored towards equity trading, not currency trading, but at the same time, there is a lot of correlation, unfortunately, nowadays with our equity markets and the currency manipulation going on, which is very unfortunate. I mean, how do you think Nancy Pelosi's so damn rich? It certainly isn't because of her freaking brains. The one thing I'll say though, Matt, and Jim and I have talked about this, is that you can't you can only make hay when the market allows you to make hay, and so you can't I'll guarantee my average for the year is going to go down. Yeah, financial juice app. Yeah, exactly. That gives you a lot more stuff, and I think they color code them too, Charles. I can't remember, but anyways, you just can't. We had in this off this trading strategy and whatnot, we had an absolutely amazing price action scenarios for the month of January. And, January was ridiculous. It was totally ridiculous. February, I didn't even make half the money in February that I made in January. I made about, no, I did. I made a little more than half. Now I think about it. In March, I've had a couple really good trades in gold, but I mean, and I don't know. I missed the most beautiful trade of the month of March, which was what happened on Friday with the ES. Called it out, showed it to everybody. Somebody blindsided me with a Lou Holtz post at the same time, and it kind of screwed me up, and I didn't take the trade. And it was such a violent trade, there was no way you could get in it after it was gone. So let me read what you have here, Charles. The Fed at 11 coming out with inflation expectations. And a 3 to 6 month bill to cover numbers. Okay. Yeah, I see that, Jim. I just don't. It's just like it's not. Ironically, on the 5-minute red line here, you had an inside candle again. They went below it, then back out the top. So I mean, it looks like what I said 15 minutes ago. I think the ES and the NQ want to go long. It's just they're being hung up because the YM and the RTY are not following yet. But now we're finally getting to the red line in the YM, and the RTY is breaking pivots to the downside. So this is good. Maybe everybody will start agreeing here soon. GC's double top the prior day open. Look at that. Bink down, bink down. By the way, what did I say about the trade here? What did I say? I said this will go, clean out the stops, and then its target is right there. That's exactly what I said. $2,500 a contract. Now, did I take it? No, I did not, obviously. But that was the trade. There it is. That's just, and that's exactly what it did. When it got there, that's it. It gave up. Now, the only way it's going to go through there is it's got to rebuild its energy, get some more buyers to jump in, and then rotate through. That was a beautiful rotation in gold. Jim, I'm depressed you didn't get that one. I was just joking. I had my bladder procedure on Friday afternoon. What a time to have a bladder procedure. And so it's just tell you a story while I'm waiting for all these guys to agree. So, I get this bladder procedure thing. Well, I'm getting ready to get it. And the nurse is like, so did the doctor tell you how this is going to go? And I said, well, he said it's going to be relatively short. She goes, so that's all he told you? I said, yeah. She goes, that's what I thought. He probably didn't want to make you nervous. I'm like, what? She goes, well, I mean, there's a little bit more to it than that. And I'm like, oh, shit. Which is true. He didn't tell me. So anyways, it was painful. Let's just put it that way. It was painful. I mean, I'm sweating right now thinking about it. Trader Cat it was about 2 weeks ago. I was getting ready to do this live stream. And matter of fact, I had the thing scheduled and all that stuff, getting ready to go. And I urinated pure blood and went straight from here to the emergency room. I never even disconnected the live stream. And so I've been going through for the last 2 weeks, quite a few different tests and stuff, because they don't know what caused it. And the bladder test, agreed with all that they still don't know what caused it. It went on for like about 3 days. And then it and I've had little bits of it since, but not bad. Come on, NQ, come back. See, what I want the NQ to do is come down here and test the top of the overnight open. While I'm looking at the ES, it would be nice if the ES would test the 5-minute red line at the same time. Can we do that? Can we do that? Painful as hell. It was. Oh my God. Oh my God. It was painful as hell. I was like, yeah, when he's sitting there going, I can't get the damn thing in there. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. All right, so we might get what I asked for. Hey, C. I want this to come to here at the same time this comes to here. And then maybe we can get a rotation. Because the problem is if this keeps going up and this goes, so let me just clarify why I want that. If this keeps going up and this keeps going up, we've got a problem, because then this is going to run into this. And we're going to have to hang out here for a while. It's like the only way we're going to get a trade is if we get a rotation back to a target, because this is a target to the long side in the ES, period. Because once it gets here, it's going to run into a lot of resistance. So we need a pullback. Well, I'll tell you a funny story about the doctor here, Jim. So I showed up and I had a golf shirt on with a Notre Dame emblem on it. I know all you guys are shocked about that. I had a Notre Dame emblem on it. And he comes into the room. Now, I'd already met him once. He comes into the room and his name is Friedman. Last name, Dr. Friedman. So I said, so as soon as he walked in the room, I said, how's my favorite economist? And he looks at me and he goes, holy cow. He says, "You're not going to believe this. It's funny you say that." He said, when I was in med school, he says, "You'd be surprised how many people asked me if Milton was my dad." This guy looks like Milton Friedman, by the way. And he thought that was hysterical. And then he looks over and he sees my shirt and he goes, "Oh, now I know why you know Milton." I said, "Yes, exactly. I went to Notre Dame. I know who Milton is." Shit. How's my favorite economist? All right. So the good news is everybody's to the long side now. Everybody's to the long side. YM, RTY, ES, NQ. Everybody is in agreement. Okay. This is exactly what I've been sitting here waiting for patiently, is for everybody to be in agreement. And the best time to make money is after the market's already been showing you it wants to go one way, and then it crosses all that garbage and goes the other. Man, gold is gone, Jim. Jesus. Look at that. It went right through the box. Gold is just gone. What the hell happened here? Holy shit. Wow. There's no entry here for me. I mean, I'm not feeling upset because there's nothing here that I could have made money off of other than just jumping in like an idiot. But yeah. I don't even know what it's called, Carlos. It's an indicator. Let me pull it up here. That somebody sent me to use to try. It's called Snow Invest Candle Break Trader. Okay, so let me put it on here because I don't have it on here. And let me get rid of the label because I don't need all that shit on my screen. And there it is. Bam, there it is. All right. Yeah, I agree, Jim. I'm looking at gold, and I mean, there was nothing I can do. All I could do is just sit here and watch it. I mean, I can't. There's nothing I can do. Yeah, PriorDay opens in the way it didn't give us a crossover retest. I mean, so I'm not upset because there was nothing I could do to make that money. There was nothing I could have changed. All right, so come on, guys. What do we got going on here? RTY is off and running. All right. They're doing the same thing here. They just roll right through it. Like, come on, guys, give me something. Yes, it did reject the top of the box. PA, yeah, it did. It's also about ready to reject the mid band to the long side. Possibly, or maybe the bottom of the box. That's a Patriot. I haven't taken a trade because I mean I don't know. I made a good amount. I mean not a lot of money. I made $860, which is not a lot of money. For a cross, a box cross in gold. But I just haven't seen everything line up together yet for me to take anything else. Oh, oil had had some nice rotations. There's no doubt about it. I mean, holy cow. But at the same time, oh, so you know what they did? Let me see if it's still the same. Hold on here. Let me see if it's still the same. In the pre-market, if I put a trade on in gold, I mean not in gold, in oil, it was $4,000 equity to do it. It's $2,000 in gold. So let me just see what it is now that the market's open. That's weird. Now it's just $1,000. Huh. It's just $1,000 in oil. Interesting. It was $4,000 in the pre-market if I wanted to put a trade on in oil. $4,000 a contract. Gold has been running at $2,000 a contract. Let's see here. Yeah, gold is at $2,000 a contract. Yep. All right, let me get back over here to the NQ. Gold. Well, it could definitely be a 5-minute gold line trade. The problem with gold right now, Joshua, is it's back inside this damn box. So, and as somebody pointed out earlier, so what did it do? It rejected the top of the box, which it likes to do, and then it went to the bottom of the box and it rejected it again. So, like, the box is what's playing right now in gold. I'm not playing it because the box, excuse me for saying, I mean, the box is too fucking small. So I'm not playing it because, I mean, I got to risk, $600 to make like maybe 800. That's not worth it to me. It's not worth me risking 600 to make 800. Now what you have, whoever asked that question, you got the PriorDay open and the 5-minute gold line agreeing with each other. Yeah, I think oil is stealing American Patriot. I think oil is stealing some of gold's volume today. That I really think that. I think oil is stealing some of gold's volume today because gold is being pretty lackluster while oil is just running like crazy. Which that's actually not a shocker to me since they both trade the same. They're so similar that traders would just swap back and forth between oil and gold. Yeah, well, that's the way gold is. If you're going to trade gold, you have to be. That's what I'm trying to say, Patriot. That's why the prop firms don't even have you trading it, in my opinion. If you're going to trade gold right now, you have to be willing to take a loss that is painful. You have to be willing to take a loss that is painful. See if we can get this to go down and then back up. All right, it did that. So what it does is it puts your order there. I just canceled it. All right. All right, now we're getting some, look at this. Here we go. Finally, getting some movement on a pullback, not just floating away. Yeah, exactly, Patriot. That's that. Exactly, Patriot. It's it's scary, and you got to have confidence in your pivots. Jesus, I'm sorry. I'm still struggling the freaking cold I got with the from being in the damn ER. I went to the ER and got sick. Think about that. Come on. Come on. Pull back right here. This is ideal time to do this. Ideal time to do this is right now. Come on. Oh my God, Jim. Yes. It did rotate. So it reached down to the 5-minute red line and rotated off the prior day open. Look at that. Come on, rotate over. Rotate over. Come on. Jesus. All right, here we go. This is what I've been waiting for. Come on. Rotate over. Let's go. Come on. See, they'll do these stupid shit things right here, knowing they're going to come here to get more people jumping into the longs. Now we need nice, deliberate, violent pullback to this overnight open. We have not been there from the top side since the market's opened. God dang it. Come on. Are we getting a W pattern? Oh my God. Zing, zing, zing. I'm still waiting for this to rotate down. And I don't want it to meander. I want it to go. Shit. Come on, ES. Wow. This is why the damn thing's hung up. See the YM? It finally got on top of its prior day low, and that's the battle that's going on here with the YM. And I believe that's what's holding the ES and the NQ in an overbought situation without being able to get a pullback. Farfignugan, come on. Come on. We just want something clean and smooth and 40, 50 ticks. Not sloppy and ugly or something we got to chase and look foolish. And we can't explain why we took the trade later. God dang it. That freaking YM. There it is. It's just dragging us long from nothing. All right, come on, Bob. No, I'm not asking for much. That's for sure. I'm just asking for something similar to what happened Friday. That'd be nice. Something similar that happened to Friday. That'd be nice. See, we got the problem here. So again, we got the problem here that this is about ready to hit resistance. So we need space. We need some kind of violent movement down to support because we have resistance above us. Wow, gold busted. The way this day started, I never would have thought that the YM would be the one to clear the prior day low and hold. That just shows you how crazy things can be. It's the YM that actually rotated and cleared the prior day low and held versus these guys that were showing they wanted to go long, but now they're stuck. Now they're going to be stuck. They gave us, see, this needed to break these pivots, come back, sit here, and boom. That's what that needed to do. The ES needed to do, the same thing. That's all right. Just remember, we're sitting here trying to figure out how to steal 500 to $1,000 in a 2-minute, 3-minute time frame, and we're not spending 8-10 hours at work doing it. That's the part that you got to remember. You're not spending 8 to 10 hours at work trying to do it, and you don't even make that kind of money. Exactly, Alex. And like when that absolutely gorgeous trade happened on Friday in the ES and the NQ at the same time, when you've got the confidence to take it, with a couple contracts or whatever and hit, you got to understand. I mean, you're talking, those trades even the ES trade with a couple contracts was worth about $4,000 if you just followed it back to the pivot. And and it went just like that. So, why sit here and get caught up in the freaking dirty laundry when sometime 2 to 3 times a week minimum, they're going to show you that same type of setup where you can just pounce on it, make your money, and call it a day. I've said this so many times. I've said, when price is sitting here, we can all sit here and guess it's going to go long, whatever. But so you buy here, hoping it goes to here, and then it kind of meanders and whatnot. Then it finally did it. All right, great. Or you can do just like my gold trade. You can wait for the pivots to all be broken, the rotation, boom, boom, and bam, $1,000 in 2 minutes. Which one would you rather do? Which one would you rather do? I know which one I would rather do. You see here. So let me go over here and look at your little friend. Would you take the red line, trader? I mean, god dang, look at oil. I mean, look at these rotations. Woo-hoo-wee. Sitting right at the overnight open right now, boy. That's looking kind of juicy. Damn, that's looking kind of juicy. Let me see here. That was where that W pattern was this morning. Then it blew through it here and then rolled back in it. And now we're through it again. Dang it. Let me kind of look at this. I just may be willing to take an oil trade for old time's sakes right here. For old time's sakes right here. Excuse me. Jesus. Well, I missed it, but no, I didn't. Hold on here. Roll back down and then back up. Roll back down and then back up. $19. Right, Alex. That's a good way to put it. You got 4K today, Patriot? Excellent. Now, Patriot comes in here. Patriot trades oil. That's what Patriot focuses on. Uses this strategy, but trades oil. I mean, this thing right here, it's got some great potential. I'm going to see if we get a W pattern. That's kind of what I'm, because it's being lackadaisical. I'd prefer to see a W. Well, if you, I'd go back to the red line. I'd go back to the red line myself. Come on, give me a W. Give me a W. Come on, give me a W. So just so you guys can see, NQ is now at this spot where it's going to be stuck. I mean, it's just not, all these guys are hitting these levels at different times, and it's causing the market to look like this. That's an excellent day, Patriot. That's excellent. That is really excellent. Come on, gold. Give me a W. Come on, give me a W. Okay, just may happen. Finally, back at the overnight open. All right. All right. Sit, boo boo. Sit. Sit. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Come on. Now go. 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 Keep going. Come on. There you go. That's how you do it. Come on. Let's go. Now let's go. Let's go. Go. Oil. I'm calling it cold. Come on, oil. Let's go. Break the pivots to the left. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. Come on. Keep going. Fuck, I'm out. It's going to go. It's going to go. It's going to go. hell? That's not good. That's not good. All right, hold on here. Hold on. Forget that. Jesus. All right. Well, that didn't pan out. Oh, hell no. Holy shit. Well, Jim, that's not good. God dang. Yeah. All right. So hold on here. Hold on here. All right, let me get this out of the way. Boy, oil just crashed. Oh, please keep crashing oil. Jim and I own a Jeep. We need oil to crash. In real life, Jim, we do need oil to go down. God, come on. I just can't get anything in the equities to show me. So, like, for example, we have the NQ test the top of the prior day low, which we like that setup. Except this has no room here either. It's like, God dang it. And this is dead into resistance. I don't know. Oh my God. Well, Patriot uses the same strategy, and Patriot got $4,000 today, Jim. Of course, it was a little earlier in the day. I waited for the W pattern, and it set up, and I still didn't make any money doing it. Jesus. Let me go back over here. Just ugly. Just ugly. A lot of ugliness in the equities. I really expected more activity in the equities today. I really did. With all the news over the weekend and stuff, I really expected the equities to have some energy in them today. Interesting. Well, guys, I have to go. I am setting a cape today, a nice, big, beautiful cape today on 5 acres outside of a park called Hanging Rock Park. So I really need to go and check it out, make sure that everything's done right. And I got all the keys and shit to the house. So once they go to shut the house up, I'm the one with all the keys and stuff. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. We just didn't get that rotation in the equities that I was hoping for. We will sometime this week for sure. But right now they're all just kind of meandering. They're not really doing anything for me to say, hey, let's make some big money today. All right. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll talk to you later. Bye.